buddy? Well, good morning and welcome back to Balfour Farm. Today is going to be a busy day. Starting to rain. I'd hoped to beat the rain, but got a lot to do. We need to move the heifers today. Still trying to catch 2 of those sows and bring them into the barn. We're going to try that also. Got to catch up a steer that's headed to the butcher tomorrow morning, so need to get them all off pasture and then bring them in the barn and sort one off, get it ready to load. Well, right now I'm headed down to go get a bale for the heifers, a dry bale of hay. There's plenty of grass around to eat, but unfortunately the spots that I can put them is awfully wet. So we're going to put a bale out and give it a few days, and hopefully we're supposed to have some drier weather, and then we can move the heifers back out onto pasture out here. They will have grass to eat where they're going with the bale, but I don't think there's enough grass and they need more to eat, so we're gonna go get that bale now. All right, well, I'm up here to get the bale of hay. We're gonna I put some of these dry bales in from a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. They're really nice dry hay. Well, they're okay dry hay. They're actually not. Nothing's been really nice this year. They were dry. They never got rained on, so I put them in here under cover. There was 28 of them, 23, I can't even remember now, but it was quite a few of them. We wrapped a bunch of them and put them outside. Forgot I parked the wrapper in here right in the way, so I'm gonna have to try and roll one of these out. I don't want to hook up the wrapper and move it just to get to one bale, so we'll see how this goes. This smells good. All right, so we normally don't feed out. Well, we have in the past. We fed out some hay in the summertime. Usually it's because of a drought and the grass isn't growing. This year what we have is just the opposite. It's been so wet. Anyway, we'll get this hay up to the heifers, and then I need to move the heifers. They're behind the barn now. We're gonna move them to a different paddock with some grass on it. All right, so we're out here putting up some fence. Last time I moved the heifers, I didn't bother putting any fence up. I just thought they would follow the feed bucket, and they didn't. They decided they wanted to go wander off. They were headed towards the lawn, and I had to go get some help to move them. So I'm trying to move them by myself today, so I'm gonna stick some temporary line up. It won't have a charge to it, and then hopefully they'll follow the green bucket a little bit better and won't wander off onto the lawn and eat that. All right, we'll give this a go and see how it works. Hopefully they don't realize the fence is off, but they should come for the bucket of grain, I hope. Come on! Good girl, come on! Good girl! Come on! Come on! Okay. Come on! That's the first job of the day done. The heifers are all moved out here. There's not a lot of grass for them to eat. They do have a bale of hay now, and we did feed them some grain. So they get grain every day with their minerals and kelp and salt and molasses. But anyway, there's a lot of weeds out here. They'll eat some of them, not all of them. There's a lot of bugs out here too. Doesn't help anything. See, I plunked the bale down. I actually made sure I put it on top of where it was a really rocky and weedy patch. So whatever they don't eat hopefully smothers out the weeds. Didn't want to set it on a nice spot of grass. They never eat all the hay, so there'll be some left. And yeah, it'll hopefully kill off some weeds, or I don't know, at least set them back a little bit. We got to get off and try and move pigs now. Well, that didn't last very long. I walked away with the bucket, and one of the heifers just walked right underneath the fence. So I've got to go get her now. All right, job one done again. Hopefully they stay put this time. The fence was on. It was just a little high where the gate was. I've had the gate open, so they've been used to coming and going through there to get out to the woods on the other side. So I think it just didn't even dawn on them that the gate might be shut. So I put an extra fence post in there so it's a little more visual, and then also lowered it down some. So hopefully they stay put now. All right, just headed out to with a bucket of apples. We're gonna try and entice these two pigs, the last two sows, try and get them to go into the barn. They're out here in the mud. They seem pretty happy, but it's awfully wet out here, so let's go get them. Pig, pig. Come on, pig, pig. Pig, pig. Come on, pig. Who wants an apple? Huh? Oh no, you don't get the whole bucket. Come on. Pig, pig. Come on. You want an apple? Here you go. Here you go. An apple. Come on. You want more? Come on. Come on, pig. Come on, pig. An apple? There you go. I'm not feeding you by hand. Come on. Nope. Get the whole bucket. Get the whole bucket. No, come on. Pet apple. Come on. Come on. So we finally got the last two sows moved into the barn. It's only been about a week or so. We've been trying. They weren't very cooperative, but we've got them in. So everybody's out of the woods at the moment for the pigs. And the reason we're doing that is it's really muddy, and we need to open up a new spot. But in order to do that, we have to drive through the area where the pigs last were to get to a new area of woods. So didn't really want to do that with all those pigs and piglets out there. So everybody's in the barn now, temporarily, and we'll leave them there for maybe a few days while we get some new fence up, clear a perimeter, and get them back out into the woods. So today feels like one of those days when you were a kid. You play with a slide tile puzzle and you slide all the little tiles around to make a picture. Yeah, I had to move. First I had to move piglets into a different area so we could move two sows from the woods into the barn so we can add the other 2 sows to that group and then move them out with the boar and the other sow. All so we can free up a pen in the barn here to move a steer, because I have to take a steer. We have to bring all the steers and heifers into the barn, sort off one of the steers rather, to go to the butcher. We need to load late today, so yeah, we've done plenty of moving animals today, so, and we're not done yet. So we're gonna add these 2 sows here that were the ones that were just out in the woods. The black one here is the boar. That's Lightning. I've mentioned him before. And then Peaches is another sow. So none of them have ever met. So other than right here through the gate. So hopefully this goes okay. Here goes nothing. Went running with his tail between his legs. Well, that was the first try, and that didn't work. The sow that should be in heat decided she wanted to beat up on the poor boar. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put all 4 of the sows in this pen. They'll be able to go nose to nose with the boar and the other sow, and hopefully after a few days get used to them, seeing them, and then we'll put them together. So I thought the other sow out there might have been the more of a trouble, but she didn't seem to care. She's not from this farm. I may have mentioned it before, but that was somebody's backyard pet pig, and I don't think it was meant to be a pet. I think it was meant to be bacon, but they couldn't bring themselves to send her off, so we got her. Anyway, she's a wicked sweet pig, but totally spoiled. All right, let's get these other pigs moved. Come on, pig. Get out of here. Come on, I gotta open the door. Come on. Come on, get. Turn. Good girl. There you go. Good girl. Come on, girl. Good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on, good girl. Oh, that's a lightweight one. Oh, wait till the big one at the end.
Orange ones always get real big.
I know, huh? Here's all the piglets that we separated in their own pen. So they seem pretty happy now. They're munching down on some apples. What do you think, Annie? What do you think, girl? What do you think? All right, so far today, let's see, we've moved heifers from behind the barn out onto new pasture and fed them. We've moved the 2 remaining sows from the woods back up here to the barn. Before we did that, we actually had to move the piglets, caught them up in the corner, moved the 2 sows in, separated the 2 sows that were back there. So we had 4 sows here in this pen, and then we had to move the 4 sows in with the other sow and boar. We've got our piglets, larger piglets back there, and then our sow and piglets have been here for a while now. So now all that's left to do is to move. We're gonna go get all the steers and heifers and try and move them in here, swing the gate shut and keep them locked up, and then sort through what we need. We need to get, there's 2 steers, 2 heifers, and a bull out there. So we need to get one of the steers, Teddy. It's sows and boar back there seem to have finally made peace and are getting along. So hopefully they keep it that way. It was your fault. I forgot to turn the camera on. You were just rushing me. You were like, let's get this job done. Anyway, there's the 1 steer and the heifers. Walk. This is like instant replay. That's all. So all the steers and heifers walked, well, most all of them, walked this way, Came into the barn smoothly as can be. And then old fat Teddy stayed behind because we made him. We can swing, we'll swing that somewhat shut, swing that open, and then the gate back open.
Yeah.
Hopefully get him in. Come on, get up in there. Come on, get up in there. Get up. Good boy. Good boy. Nice job. Thank you.
Yeah.
So tomorrow morning, I'll pack Heather up for market. It'll be about 3:30 in the morning. She usually leaves by 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I'm going to head straight out and milk the cows first thing in the morning. We've loaded up that steer that you just saw. And I need to have him up. It's an hour drive to the butcher, so I need to have him up there at 8 o'clock in the morning. So need to leave here by 7. So if I start milking at 5, I should be all done by 7 and be able to take off with him and get him up there. And then I'll come back and finish up chores. So this is going to keep the cows with something to eat up close to the barn tonight. So I think I said earlier, this is a bale, it said something like it's the first bale of 2023. Well, it's the first bale that we're feeding out. It wasn't actually the first hay we put up in 2023. It was actually one of the later bales that we've put up. It's really dry baleage. Still smells great, but the earlier stuff that we put up back in end of May, early June, actually it would have been early May, or end of May rather, there was no June hay, it was too wet, was all really wet baleage, and probably is going to be great stuff, but we'll save that until later this winter. All right, so we had a slight change of plans. That first bale that I opened, it was dry. It smelled good, but it wasn't the best. So I wound up feeding that off to the steers and the heifers, and they were pretty happy about that, to get a little bit of dry hay. But this one here is a little bit later, and it's really stemmy. Looks terrible, but it smells incredible. So we're gonna feed this one to the milking cows, and I think they'll like it better. It's incredibly heavy. I could tell when I picked it up with the tractor that, yeah, you could tell it's a lot of moisture in it. So it's, and obviously once I opened it. All right, well, we're back out here and headed out to get the cows. So it's, I don't know, probably 5:30, something like that. We'll see how this goes. We normally don't bring the cows up at nighttime, so we'll see how eager they are to come up. All right, so this will be interesting to see how this goes. It's been a long time since we had to bring the cows up at night, so it does remind me of the back when we used to milk twice a day. We'd have to go out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and go get the cows and bring them up. Of course, at that time they were trained to do this, so this is either going to go really quickly because they don't know what to expect when they're getting moved. Maybe they'll think they're going to new grass or who knows what. Or it's going to go really slow and I'm going to have to push every single cow up the laneway. So we'll see. We're about to find out, I guess. But either way, it's going to be interesting. Get up, Beverly. Let's go. Come on, girl. Let's go. Come on. Get up. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Get up. Good girl. Let's go. Come on, newbie. Let's go. Good girl. Well, that went much better than I expected. It took a little bit to get the cows moving and heading in the right direction, but Once the first couple started to go, the rest followed pretty good. The bull is talkative tonight. All right, well, that'll do it for me today and Moose. It's been a long day, but it's been a productive day, so it's good. Got a lot done, moved a lot of animals around, got some animals fed, and then that steer loaded up for the butcher tomorrow, so it's going to be an early day tomorrow. We'll start early and hopefully get done early. Probably not, but it's always a nice thought. But anyway, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of what we're doing here on the farm. And we will see you next time.